In the turbulent aftermath of the 2008 global financial crisis, as trust in traditional banks and governments plummeted, a radical idea quietly emerged from the digital shadows. On October 31, 2008, a white paper titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, was released to a small, niche online mailing list of cryptographers and cypherpunks. The author's name on the paper: Satoshi Nakamoto. This wasn't just another academic paper. It was a blueprint for a new form of money, entirely digital, decentralized, and immune to government control or bank manipulation. Bitcoin promised to fundamentally change how we view and use currency, offering a direct, secure, and anonymous way to transact value. It was an idea so profound, so revolutionary, that few truly grasped its potential at first. Satoshi Nakamoto wasn't just a theorist. In January 2009, the identity remained a mystery from the start, launched the Bitcoin network, mining the very first block of the blockchain known as the Genesis block. Embedded within this block was a powerful message, a clear statement of intent. The Times 3, Jan. 2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. This message, a headline from the Times newspaper, was a direct jab at the very financial system Bitcoin sought to circumvent. It subtly underscored the philosophical foundation of this new digital currency, a response to the failures and manipulations of centralized finance. For the next 2 years, Satoshi Nakamoto was an active, if elusive, participant in the burgeoning Bitcoin community. They communicated primarily through emails and forum posts, responding to questions, refining the code, and engaging with early developers and enthusiasts. Their English was impeccable, their technical knowledge profound, and their vision crystal clear. They meticulously guided the early development of Bitcoin, troubleshooting issues and steadily building the foundation for what would become a global phenomenon. But the defining characteristic of Satoshi Nakamoto was their absolute anonymity. Despite the immense implications of their creation, they never revealed their true identity, gender, or location. They communicated in a way that offered no personal details, no slips of the tongue, no discernible real-world connections. This anonymity wasn't just a preference. It was arguably a core tenet of Bitcoin itself, reflecting its decentralized and trustless nature. The creator, like the currency, existed outside traditional systems of authority and identity. As Bitcoin slowly gained traction among early adopters, from tech enthusiasts to libertarians and those disillusioned with conventional finance, its value remained negligible. Early transactions were legendary for their sheer triviality compared to today's astronomical prices. The most famous early transaction involved 10,000 bitcoins, worth less than a penny at the time, being traded for 2 pizzas in May 2010. Those same 10,000 bitcoins would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars today. Then, just as Bitcoin was beginning to gather momentum, just as it was starting to capture the attention of a slightly wider audience, Satoshi Nakamoto did something truly extraordinary. In December 2010, after 2 years of guiding the project, contributing thousands of lines of code, and engaging with the nascent community, Satoshi Nakamoto simply vanished. Their last public communication was a post on the Bitcoin Talk forum discussing a minor bug fix. After that, silence. Complete, absolute, unwavering silence. No farewell message, no explanation, no handing over of the reins. Just a sudden, definitive departure from the public eye. The lead developer mantle was implicitly passed to Gavin Andresen, another early contributor. But Satoshi's absence left a gaping void, an enduring mystery at the very heart of the world's first successful cryptocurrency. This sudden disappearance only intensified the enigma surrounding Satoshi's identity. Why would someone create something so groundbreaking, shepherd its early growth, and then walk away from potentially billions of dollars in bitcoins? It's estimated Satoshi mined at least 1 million bitcoins in the early days, which have never been moved from their original wallets. The sheer scale of that potential fortune, combined with the creator's complete lack of interest in fame or wealth, only deepened the mystery and fueled the obsessive hunt for answers. The search for Satoshi Nakamoto became a modern-day treasure hunt, spanning the globe and attracting everyone from investigative journalists to cybersecurity experts, amateur sleuths, and even governments. Theories proliferated, each more elaborate than the last. Was Satoshi a lone genius working in solitude? Was it a team of cryptographers collaborating in secret? Could it be someone already famous in the tech world hiding behind a pseudonym, or perhaps a government entity, or even a rogue artificial intelligence? The early days of Bitcoin's development provided tantalizing clues, but nothing concrete. Satoshi's precise language, their working hours, which seemed to align with typical Japanese waking hours but also American and European times, and their occasional use of British English spellings, color, optimize, were all meticulously dissected. But every potential lead, every tantalizing hint, ultimately led to a dead end. The creator of Bitcoin was a ghost in the machine, a digital phantom who had unleashed a financial revolution and then disappeared without a trace, leaving behind a legacy that would ripple across the global economy for decades to come, and a question that continues to baffle and fascinate. Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? With Satoshi Nakamoto's sudden Vanishing Act, the world was left with a revolutionary technology and an even bigger question. Who created Bitcoin? As Bitcoin's value soared from fractions of a cent to thousands, then tens of thousands of dollars, the stakes of this identity hunt grew exponentially. The individual or group holding an estimated 1 million Bitcoins, untouched in their original wallets, possessed a fortune that could rival that of nations. This wasn't just academic curiosity, it was a modern-day digital gold rush for information. The hunt for Satoshi quickly became an obsession for journalists, cryptographers, and online sleuths. Every scrap of information from Satoshi's early communications was meticulously analyzed. Their writing style, their use of British English spellings, their seemingly erratic online hours, and their deep understanding of both cryptography and economics. Numerous individuals were put under the microscope, facing intense public scrutiny. One of the earliest and most compelling suspects was Finney, a renowned cryptographer and early Bitcoin developer. Finney was the first person to receive a Bitcoin transaction from Satoshi themselves. He lived just a few blocks away from a man named Dorian Nakamoto in California, and his technical prowess matched what was known of Satoshi. Finney denied being Satoshi, stating he was merely an early enthusiast. Tragically, he passed away in 2014 from ALS. His denial, combined with his public and consistent support for Bitcoin's ethos, made him a poignant figure in the mystery, but ultimately, his identity as Satoshi remained unconfirmed. Then came the infamous Newsweek article in March 2014, which sensationally claimed to have unmasked Satoshi Nakamoto. Their pick, Dorian Prentice Satoshi Nakamoto, a Japanese-American man living in Temple City, California, whose birth name matched the pseudonym. The article pointed to his background as a physicist and engineer, his libertarian leanings, and his past government work. The media frenzy that followed was immense, with reporters literally swarming Dorian's home. He vehemently denied any involvement, claiming he had never heard of Bitcoin until Newsweek contacted him. The global attention was a nightmare for him, and the community largely discredited the claim, deeming it a rushed and poorly sourced investigation. Another prominent, self-proclaimed candidate emerged in 2015. Craig Wright, an Australian computer scientist and businessman. Wright dramatically claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto, even going so far as to provide cryptographic proofs that he claimed linked him to early Bitcoin blocks. This ignited a firestorm within the Bitcoin community. While some early developers initially found his claims plausible, others quickly debunked his proofs as fraudulent or inconclusive. Wright's inability to provide undeniable, verifiable proof, like moving Bitcoins from Satoshi's undisputed wallet, led many to dismiss him as a hoaxer. Despite widespread skepticism, Wright has persisted with his claims, even engaging in high-profile legal battles to assert his identity, further complicating the narrative but failing to convince most of the community. Other names have surfaced over the years, each with their own intriguing yet ultimately unproven connections. Nick Szabo, a cryptographer who developed BitGold, a precursor to Bitcoin and whose writing style bears striking resemblances to Satoshi's. Wei Dai, the creator of B-Money, another early cryptocurrency concept. A group of individuals, including Adam Back, a prominent cryptographer, leading to the team theory. The reasons for Satoshi's anonymity are as hotly debated as their identity. Was it for security? To protect themselves from governments or powerful financial institutions threatened by Bitcoin's decentralized nature? Was it for philosophical reasons? To ensure Bitcoin remained truly decentralized? free from the cult of personality that could derail its development? Some believe Satoshi disappeared to prevent Bitcoin from being tied to any single individual, ensuring its independent growth and adoption. Others suggest a more mundane reason. Perhaps Satoshi was a brilliant but private individual who simply wanted to move on, never anticipating the global phenomenon their creation would become. The ongoing anonymity of Satoshi Nakamoto has had a profound and unique impact on Bitcoin itself. Unlike other major technological innovations, Bitcoin has no known founder to praise, to blame, or to centralize control. This absence has forced the community to rely on consensus, code, and distributed governance, arguably strengthening its decentralized ethos. The mystery itself has become part of Bitcoin's allure, a foundational myth that underscores its rebellion against traditional systems. Today, Satoshi Nakamoto remains the most famous unknown person in the world. Their 1 million untouched Bitcoins sit in dormant wallets, a multi-billion-dollar ghost. The digital ghost continues to inspire awe and fuel speculation. Will Satoshi ever reveal themselves? Will their true identity ever be definitively uncovered? Or will they remain forever enshrined in the annals of history as the ultimate digital phantom, the anonymous visionary who fundamentally reshaped the world's financial landscape without ever stepping into the spotlight? The answer, like the identity itself, remains locked in the digital shadows, perhaps forever.